Hey anime lovers, are you a 13-year-old looking for some amazing anime to binge watch? Or are you looking for some good anime for your daughter or son? Or maybe you're trying to help out a friend looking for some of the best anime series for his or her 13-year-old child. In this video, I'll share the top anime my 13-year-old child enjoys watching the most. And the best part is, I find these anime better as well despite the fact that I'm 45 years older. Let's go! Let's start with the incredibly unique and heartwarming anime, Carol and Tuesday. Now, imagine a future where humans are thriving on Mars. Yes, Mars. It's a world where everything is controlled by advanced technology. Even the music industry has been taken over by AI. Songs are no longer created by humans but by machines, making everything feel kind of robotic. But in the middle of all that, two girls come together to remind everyone what real music is all about. Let's talk about Carol first. She's the definition of tough and independent. Living in Alba City, she's a hustler, doing odd jobs to survive while playing her keyboard whenever she can. Life hasn't been easy for her, but she's got fire in her soul and a love for music that keeps her going. Then there's Tuesday. She's the opposite of Carol in almost every way. Tuesday comes from a wealthy family and has lived a sheltered life. But that perfect life? It's suffocating. So one day she grabs her guitar, runs away from her mansion, and sets out to find her true purpose. When these two meet, it's like fate has stepped in. Their first song together is raw, emotional, and filled with a kind of magic you just can't fake. They decide to team up and take on the world, or at least the music world. But it's not an easy road. They face all kinds of obstacles. AI musicians who dominate the charts, powerful industry moguls who don't believe in them, and even their own fears and doubts. What makes Carol and Tuesday so special isn't just the gorgeous animation or the unforgettable music, though both are absolutely amazing. It's the message. This anime is about more than just chasing fame. It's about staying true to yourself, fighting for what you believe in, and finding your voice, even when the world is trying to drown you out. And let's not forget the music itself. Every song is a masterpiece, packed with emotion and meaning. Whether it's a slow ballad that tugs at your heartstrings or an upbeat anthem that makes you want to dance, the soundtrack alone is worth watching the show for. Next up on our list at number 4 is the charming and absolutely relatable anime, Komi Can't Communicate. If you've ever felt nervous talking to people, or had trouble expressing yourself in big groups, you'll totally get where Komi's coming from. This anime is a heartwarming mix of comedy, drama, and a little slice of life, and it's bound to make you laugh and maybe even shed a tear or two. So let's talk about Komi. She's the stunningly beautiful girl at school who seems perfect on the outside. Everyone admires her, and she's super popular. But here's the twist. Despite her appearance, she has a major problem. Komi can't communicate. Yep, you heard that right. She struggles with social anxiety so badly that talking to others, even saying hi, feels impossible for her. Her fear of talking to people has made her almost completely isolated, even though she really wants to make friends. Now Tadano, the totally average guy in her class who doesn't fall for her beauty at first glance. Unlike the rest of the school, Tadano doesn't see Komi as some unreachable goddess. Instead, he notices that she's just a regular girl who wants to connect with others. He makes it his mission to help her, and here's the thing. He does it in the most supportive and funny way possible. He helps Komi set a goal. She wants to make 100 friends. Sounds impossible, right? But with Tadano's help and some quirky classmates along the way, it turns into a beautiful journey of personal growth, friendship, and a lot of funny moments. What's so special about Komi Can't Communicate is how real and relatable it feels. We all have something that holds us back, whether it's shyness, fear, or just awkwardness in social situations. Watching Komi try to step out of her comfort zone and slowly begin to open up is truly inspiring. Plus, the way the anime mixes humor with serious moments is perfect. You'll laugh at the funny situations Komi gets into, but you'll also feel for her as she struggles with her anxiety. And don't even get me started on the amazing side characters. You've got the energetic Najimi, who's always trying to get Komi to interact, and then there's the rest of the class, who each bring their own weird and wonderful personalities. The mix of characters adds so much depth to the show. It's not just about Komi learning to communicate, it's about her building relationships and learning that it's okay to be yourself. The animation style is light and fun, which fits the tone of the show perfectly. It's full of colorful moments, cute designs, and the kind of subtle humor that'll keep you grinning through each episode. Plus, the music is catchy, giving the show the perfect balance of energy and emotion. If you're someone who's ever felt awkward or found it hard to talk to others, Komi Can't Communicate is a must-watch. It's funny, sweet, and an awesome reminder that you're not alone in your struggles, and it's okay to take your time to find your voice now. Coming in at number 3 is a classic that's been around for years and still holds a special place in many hearts, Sailor Moon. If you've ever dreamed of transforming into a magical hero, saving the world, and rocking a cool outfit, then this anime is totally for you. But what makes Sailor Moon stand out isn't just the magical powers or the epic battles. It's about friendship, love, and discovering who you really are. Let's meet Usagi Tsukino. She's a regular, clumsy teenage girl who's always late to school, fails her tests, and can't seem to get anything right. She's definitely not your typical hero material. In fact, Usagi's more concerned with eating sweets and hanging out with her friends than saving the world. But one day, Everything changes when she meets a talking cat named Luna. Yes, a talking cat. Luna gives Usagi a special brooch, and suddenly, she's transformed into Sailor Moon, a magical warrior destined to fight evil and protect the Earth. At first, Usagi doesn't exactly know what she's doing. She's still that goofy, crybaby girl who can't even figure out how to use her new powers. But over time, she grows into her role as a leader of the Sailor Scouts, her team of fellow magical girls who each represent a different planet. Each scout has their own unique powers, personalities, and quirks, but they all share the same goal: to stop evil from taking over the world. Together, they fight villains like the Dark Kingdom, who want to steal the Earth's energy for their own evil plans. What makes Sailor Moon so amazing is how it combines epic action with real-life struggles. Sure, Usagi has to fight dark forces, but she's also just trying to survive high school, deal with her friends, and figure out her feelings for her crush, Mamoru. It's this balance between being a regular teen and a magical warrior that makes Usagi so relatable. We all have moments where we don't feel good enough, or we doubt our abilities. But Sailor Moon teaches us that even when we feel weak, we have the strength inside us to overcome challenges. And let's talk about the Sailor Scouts for a second. They're not just a group of powerful girls, they're best friends who support each other through thick and thin. You've got Ami, the super smart and serious one, Rei, the fiery and passionate one, Makoto, the strong but caring one, and Minako, the cheerful and energetic one. Together, they prove that true friendship is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. The action in Sailor Moon is just as incredible as the characters. Each battle is full of dazzling transformations, bright colors, and cool magical attacks. And when the scouts come together, you know something epic is about to happen. The animation might feel a little dated by today's standards, but there's a charm to it that makes it timeless. The themes in Sailor Moon are also what make it so beloved by so many. It's about believing in yourself, never giving up, and standing up for what's right, no matter how hard things get. Plus, the romance between Usagi and Mamoru is adorable, and you'll definitely root for them to be together throughout the series. With its unforgettable characters, powerful messages, and lots of heart, Sailor Moon is an anime that has stood the test of time. Coming in at number 2 is an anime that'll make you laugh, cry, and maybe even hug your friends a little tighter, Fruits Basket. This is not just a sweet, cute show about a girl living with a family full of secrets. It's a story about healing, understanding, and the power of love and friendship. If you like heartwarming stories with a bit of drama, this one's going to hit you right in the feels. So let's meet our main character, Toru Honda. Toru's life hasn't been easy. She's lost her mother, and with nowhere else to go, she ends up living in a tent in the woods. Sounds pretty rough, right? But Toru's a super positive and kind person. She always has a smile on her face, and she's determined to make the best of everything, even when life seems to be against her. Her life changes when she accidentally ends up living with the mysterious Soma family. Now here's where things get really interesting. The Soma family isn't your typical family. They have a huge secret. Whenever a member of the family is hugged by the opposite sex, they turn into an animal from the Chinese zodiac. That's right, some of them turn into a rat, a cat, a snake, a rabbit, you name it. At first, Toru is shocked by this bizarre family secret, but she quickly becomes attached to the Somas and their weird, wonderful ways. Instead of running away from the strange and complicated family, she decides to stay and help them. But it's not just about the funny and awkward moments of watching a guy turn into a tiger every time someone touches him. Fruits Basket is really about the deep, emotional journeys of each member of the Soma family. Each person has their own trauma, fears, and pain to work through. For example, Yuki, the handsome prince of the school, hides his true self behind a wall of perfection. Kyo, the hot-headed guy who turns into a cat, is angry and feels like an outcast. And then there's Shigeru, the charming but mysterious older cousin who hides his own troubled past. What makes Fruits Basket stand out is how it balances these serious, emotional themes with moments of humor and lightheartedness. Sure, there are funny scenes with Toru trying to cook for the family, or her getting involved in awkward love triangles, but underneath it all is a story about healing and accepting yourself. Toru's kindness and her ability to understand people help the Soma family members face their fears and begin to heal from the trauma they've carried for so long. And let's talk about the romance side of things, because this anime does that so well. There's this slow burn romance that will keep you hooked from the first episode. Toru's relationships with Yuki and Kyo are full of emotional ups and downs, but what makes it so special is that it's not just about falling in love. It's about growing together, learning about each other, and overcoming obstacles as a team. The animation in Fruits Basket is beautiful, with bright, soft colors that match the warmth and emotion of the story. The character designs are cute, but they also show the emotional depth of each person. The soundtrack? Absolutely stunning. It fits the mood perfectly, whether it's a sad moment or a joyful one. Topping my list is a series that's definitely not your typical high school romance, School Days. At first glance, it might look like your usual slice-of-life high school anime, but trust me, it's anything but ordinary. If you're ready for a roller coaster of emotions, drama, and unexpected twists, then this is the anime you didn't know you needed to watch. But fair warning, this one gets pretty intense, so buckle up. The story follows Makoto Idu, a high school boy who seems like your average, shy student. He's got a bit of a crush on a girl named Kotonoha Katsura, who's quiet, sweet, and a little reserved. Sounds like a nice, simple love story, right? Well, not exactly. The twist here is that Makoto, being a typical high school guy, can't seem to keep his feelings to just one girl. And guess who else is interested in him? Sekai Saionji, a more outgoing and bold classmate, who decides to help Makoto get closer to Kotonoha. But as they say, things don't always go according to plan. Sekai and Makoto end up getting closer. A little too close, if you know what I mean. The problem here is that the more they get involved, the more complicated things get, and Makoto's feelings start to get muddled. He's torn between Sekai and Kotonoha, leading to a love triangle that only gets more dramatic and messy as time goes on. And here's where School Days takes a sharp turn. This anime doesn't shy away from exploring the darker sides of relationships, jealousy, and obsession. You'll be on the edge of your seat, watching Makoto try to balance his feelings for both girls while digging himself into deeper and deeper trouble. As the story goes on, the consequences of his actions start to spiral out of control. Relationships get strained, trust is broken, and characters who were once sweet and innocent begin to show sides of themselves that are much more dangerous and unpredictable. School Days isn't afraid to dive deep into the complexities of human emotions and how they can lead to some pretty shocking decisions. The characters in School Days are far from perfect, and that's what makes them so interesting. They each have their own flaws, insecurities, and desires, and it's easy to get caught up in their emotional turmoil. Makoto, for example, isn't exactly a hero. He's selfish and sometimes clueless, making it hard for the audience to root for him. Yet you still can't help but feel some sympathy for him as the situation grows messy. Now let's talk about the anime's tone. School Days may start off feeling like a light-hearted romance with some funny moments, but the atmosphere quickly shifts into something darker. The mood is tense, and the stakes keep getting higher with every episode. What starts off as a simple love triangle quickly turns into a psychological thriller, with all the drama you'd expect from a high school setting, but with a twist that leaves you questioning the characters' actions and motivations. And then there's the ending. Without giving too much away, because trust me, you really don't want spoilers for this one, let's just say it's one of those conclusions that leaves you shocked and thinking about it long after the show ends. The last few episodes are packed with drama, chaos, and a level of intensity you won't see coming, making School Days a memorable and emotional ride from start to finish.